Good afternoon, everybody. It's Steve and Paul from WinExtra bringing you your daily brief of Microsoft news for October 14th. This makes it episode 28, and it's a miserable day out, so let's just skip any banter and
It might be a miserable day in Canada, but who cares? How many people does that affect?
Hey, you know what?
30 of you?
Kiss it, buddy. Kiss it.
I'm trying to, remove our Canadian audience.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately, I live here, so suck it up, baby. Anyway, first up, we have a little bit of clarification from Paul Thoreau about Windows Phone 7 and the whole thing of removable storage.
It actually turns out that this whole idea that basically the information that we got has been all confused. And it's Microsoft's fault, actually. But it turns out that the Windows Phone 7 devices do actually support you adding in an SD card.
Yeah.
But there's two ways that it's done. First off, according to the spec, there's a slot next to the battery casing that you can put an SD card into up to 32 gigs. Now, what you're doing here is basically boosting the phone's memory, not its storage. You can still store things on it, but think of it like boosting if you put a new memory stick into your laptop or your desktop computer. It's the same type of thing. It's not something that's designed to be taken out and popped elsewhere. So you can do that, but as he also points out, not only can you have this up to 40 gigs internal, but phones like the Samsung, which is what Thoreau himself is trying to get, actually do have an external SD slot. So you get probably the best of both worlds. Yeah,
you could really, if you use both options, you could probably boot that up to quite a bit of memory.
I suppose you could. I mean, let's think about it. If you got an 8 gig device, putting the 32 gig internal in next to the battery, that's 40 gigs. Yeah. You could add another 32 gigs of the SD slot.
Yeah, you're up to about 82 gig, 84 gig of memory.
That's rivaling a small portable hard drive.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Thanks, Paul, for Paul Thoreau. For clearing that mess up. The other so-called Paul, the unimportant one.
I think he'd disagree with you.
Well, yeah, he probably would.
There's more confusion out there as well today when it comes to Windows Phone 7. We're getting reports from Mary Jo Foley at ZDNet, or All About Microsoft, that Windows Phone 7 is going to get Windows Live Messenger, but not from Microsoft. Now, this really, really confuses me because my understanding and everything that we've seen is that there's no need for a Windows Messenger client because it's built into the OS in the People Hub. Yeah. That entire functionality is there. It works the same way as if you're running the new version, the new betas of Windows Messenger right now.
Well, isn't it the same thing as the Facebook integration is built into the People's Hub too, so you don't need a third-party client.
Exactly, you don't need these clients. Yeah. But two companies, I think this originally came out of Mobile Tech World, where she picked it up.
Out of France.
Yeah, but there's BWise is supposed to be developing an application, but also San Francisco-based Mioa is also claiming that it's developing a Windows Live Messenger client, and that is the killer. These are standalone clients, and you'll probably see them having other integration. Maybe they'll do, much like Pigeon does on the desktop. Maybe they'll give you access to other networks as well. But no, this is built into the OS. This is not something that there's a need for a standalone client for.
Yeah. No, it's again, it's one of those misleading tidbits of news that came out and has gotten kind of blown out of proportion and really isn't what it seems.
Do you know what hasn't gotten blown out of proportion, and it really should?
Oh, yeah.
Because this is massive
Yeah.
news, right? Everybody who watches this show, everybody who's online, everybody and their grandmother, my grandmother, knows what Facebook Connect is, right? You see it on everybody's website, you get to click the buttons and share it with your friends. Well, prepare for Messenger Connect. It's just come out of beta. It's already supported by companies such as Share This, Add This, Gigya, all these companies that do the widgets that handle all the sharing, so you don't have to code them in. It's already deployed on 1 million sites, and think of it as this: Facebook Connect for Messenger's 500 million users.
Yeah. I'm definitely this is something that blog owners can incorporate through these other ones, or I think you can actually get the actual code to put into your templates. And this is something that we'll be doing at WinExtra once we get the new design a little more solid and stuff. We'll get that worked in as well, because obviously it's not something we can really ignore by any stretch of the imagination.
Well, it would be a bit weird of us now to be running a site about Microsoft, not be running Messenger.
Exactly.
But you know what? As they said, it's already on 1 million sites. 500 million people. Yeah. Everybody uses Messenger. Everybody has it.
Well, look at what they've done too with what is that the plugin that goes with Hotmail and Outlook, I believe, that ties in Messenger itself into your email client. They're covering all kinds of different bases.
Oh, yeah. I mean, we've been talking about this now for months. All these disparate parts that Microsoft has, where it's basically got the largest dormant social network out there. In this post, they call it an instant messaging network. But when you look at all the other pieces, everything that a social network needs is there. And now we're seeing them pulling all these pieces in. And it's very interesting to see this happening, considering yesterday's announcement about their integration with Facebook. Connect. They're about to have double the amount of information that anybody else has in order to manipulate the rankings on Bing.
Microsoft's is a sleeping giant. It's gotten poked. It's changing direction, and it's going to come out. I swear, it's going to surprise a lot of these naysayers out there who figure it's dead and gone. Guess what, guys? Kiss it, because Microsoft's going to nail your buckets to the wall.
Oh, I hear your fanboy roots coming out.
Yes.
All
right.
Well,
somebody's got to do it for them. Crying out loud.
So.
Yes.
If you're not playing with online and clicking connect buttons, what are you going to be doing?
Well, if you're lucky enough to have a Windows Phone 7, you might be gaming on it.
Might be. Looking at some of these videos, I will be.
Yeah. But Redmond Pi, part of what they cover is Microsoft. They've got a headline today: gaming on Windows Phone 7 could rival Apple's iOS 4.
Well, look, we've been saying that since day one of this particular show. Since we started seeing the videos, seeing the demos that were coming out, looking at, like a spectacular ray tracing environment demo that we've seen. Right now, folks, you're probably looking at Need for Speed on a Samsung being played.
Yeah.
And, these are solid games. Like any platform, it'll take developers a while to get used to the ins and outs and really get the most out of it.
Yeah.
That happens with everything, with every platform. It takes developers a while to know it, to really push it and stretch it. But even at these early days, the games that are being turned out are pretty top-notch. And Need for Speed, it's Undercover, I believe. Looks good, plays good, but I'm probably not the best one to talk about that because I really don't.
Yeah, I'm not either.
A lot out of private games myself.
We'll also probably run a snippet of The Sims at the end of the show.
Can I go slit my wrist now?
Yeah, I know. But hey, there's a lot.
Let's not have a real life. Let's micromanage some fake person's life instead of our own life.
It's a popular game. What can you say? But speaking of games,
much more popular than that.
Halo. Yes, Halo. Yay. Halo Reach is getting a map pack.
Yes, it is. It's called the Noble Pack. the Noble Map Pack, and it'll be available in the Xbox Live Marketplace on November 30th, and it will bring with it 3 new multiplayer maps, so Anchor 9, Tempest, and Breakpoint. It's going to run you 800 Microsoft points, or about $10. And if you want, in-depth detail about each of the maps, go to Bungie's website, and it'll give you all the information there. But these do look good, and if I had already purchased it, I'd be playing it. Right?
One last bit of news, which actually could be fairly big for Microsoft. Bing has partnered with Alibaba's Taobao search engine in China.
Taobao, yeah.
Taobao.
This is big because, the Chinese search market is huge.
Yeah.
And right now, there's 2 main players. You've got Google and you've got Baidu, or however you pronounce it now. Baidu has 70% and Google is second with 24%. Yeah. So there's a lot of market share that can be gone in there and stolen. Basically, this partnership from Microsoft, if you're living in China, is probably big news, because what it means is that they've partnered with Taobao.com, they're China's largest online retailer, to create a shopping search engine. Now, it also offers other things as well, including general web search and the whole lot. But this could dramatically, well, not dramatically, but you know what? Even half a point search increase down there from my is big. There's so many people online that every little bit counts. Yeah. And so, in general, it's just good. It's been a great week for Microsoft.
Yeah, it has. It has. It's been a really good week.
I'm going to bring it up again. There we were 2 days ago saying, you know what, there's nothing more.
I know.
Here we come with another big announcement in terms of Microsoft Connect.
Anyway, folks, that's the Daily Brief for today with Paul and Steve from WinExtra. We'll catch you tomorrow for Friday's edition. Have a good day, everybody.
Good one, folks.
Nightlife pack to where it has like werewolves and vampires, stuff like that. You also have the college pack. So just a lot of things. I think you saw some of the stuff like a goth pack that we have in there. It just adds a lot of things to it. But
so going forward, people will be able to download content.
So right now, Windows 7 Mobile doesn't support the additional downloadable content for the game. Okay. We do that on some of our games, but not on this platform just yet. Okay. So that's why.